Hello, hello, Yvonne Wadley here. And today I have some quick tips for you. These are like super duper easy to do. And I feel like a lot of times women get very like self-conscious and stuff. Like they prep so much for their photo shoot with usually with our family photo shoots that especially this time of the year that they're not like paying attention to themselves. Like they're worried about what they're gonna wear, what this, what that, the kids or the husband that a lot of times doesn't even want to be there, that kind of stuff. But they're not like taking the time to kind of think about themselves and what their body does and how it shapes differently and how it moves different just by the way that we position it. So I'm going to teach you today how to do, I just have 4 poses, 4 tips that I'm going to give you, and I'm going to show you how to do it. Let me just share it into my regular page so other people can see it, because why not, right? So, okay, I cannot share it, but oh well, we'll get going. Um, okay, so these are going to be like super duper quick. One's going to be, 2 are going to be like side body, full body poses, and then the other 2 are just like 2 quick little tips that you definitely don't want to miss if you are someone that does the family pictures every year. And unfortunately, a lot of times I did photography for many years. Like a lot of times, the moms will look at the picture like, and it's like, oh my gosh, it looks so cute, so good, whatever, right? But if mom looks good in the picture, she doesn't care what everybody else looks like in the picture. So the goal is to make mom look the best that she can look, right? So here we go. I'm just going to give you the tips, right? So the first one, and this will work with any picture. I'm going to just stand so you guys can see. Okay, so a lot of times we just stand like this, right? Look how wide I am. And then a lot of times they grab a kid and put it right in front of them, right? Because they want to cover themselves up. So, okay, so look how wide that looks, right? So I'm going to teach you how to shape this so that it doesn't look this wide. Because I mean, look, I don't want to amplify my width and do that, right? So first thing that we're going to do is we're going to put one leg forward a little bit, right? So all your weight is going to be on your back leg. This is going to be your like just there for pretty leg. Look how much that easy thing just already like reshaped my body, right? So we want to swing our hips. So hips go to the leg that's holding the weight. So the weight gets transferred here. This leg is just for fun here. Let me move back so you guys can see both feet. Okay, so this one will go to the front and this one will go back, right? Then it's like, you guys never know what to do with your hands either. Like we don't know, like what do I do with my hands, right? So one hand, this one is going to continue to shape you. So this hand will go over here, the angle there. Okay, so there. This hand will go over here. But see, we want space here. The more space that you leave, it's going to break you down right here and then going to be able to accentuate your shape. And it kind of glides. See how everything's kind of gliding up? And then this one, you're just going to put it here. Now, if you're like with girlfriend, and then this like this. So if you're, and then this, if you can tiptoe your toe when you put it here, like don't flatten the toe, like the foot, don't press the foot. It's just there for balance. It's not doing anything other than helping you shape better, right? So let's say you're with your girlfriends out, right? And then everybody gets together for a picture. Yay! So a lot of times this happens, right? Yeah, you can do the same exact pose and then be with your girlfriends. But look how much smaller and like shapier I get when I do this pose, right? And obviously, the more you hide this, the like throw it back, the better that is going to be, right? So just practice. Throw 1 foot forward. So here's the step. Throw 1 foot forward, whichever one, right? Like some people prefer one over the other one. I like this one forward. So I just throw it forward, tip, like if you can point it, and throw your hips to the side. That's holding the weight. Rotate them a little bit. Throw this arm back here. You're going to bend your arm and then put it here and separate it. So from over here, it looks like that. But the camera is not going to see that. The camera is just going to see this pretty shape. So if you feel super awkward and like almost painful, you're doing it right. And then this one just kind of rests here. But see, there's space here as well. Like, I don't want to do this because then I'm making myself wide again. I want space. Relax. Nice, pretty hand. just kind of like this. So as a photographer, I would be making sure that I'm checking at the lines that the outfit is doing, right? So if you show up to your photo shoot more confident in your posing, the photography will be able to focus more on all those other little details. And like sometimes you get like very creative because you don't have to worry about how this person like, because there are people that I had to like, okay, put this foot here and demonstrate so many times until they got it. So if they had this in advance, if you already know like how to do this in advance, it's going to be so much easier for you. You're not gonna get all frustrated with yourself that I don't even know how to stand. Just take them. Just take the dang pictures because the kid's running or the husband's like, I said 30 minutes, right? So just practice like this. Just practice this. Like get yourself in the mirror and practice. Look at what side you prefer. Maybe you prefer this side better. I don't know. This is another pose, a variation of that same pose. But just practice in your mirror and try to figure out which one you like better, which one complements your body shape better, and then go from there, right? So, okay, second tip, second pose would be, okay, sideways, right? Sometimes they try to put us with like our partner here and whatever, right? First instinct is to go like this. Look how wide that looks, right? So the camera's gonna go wrong to here. We don't want that, right? So always try to keep in mind the foot that is forward to the camera, it's gotta be bent. And then a lot of times if we are a little bit bigger than I am right now, we get, like when we stand like this, because now all my weight is shifted here, right? When we stand like this, you get like a portion here, and then depending on the clothes that you're wearing, and then another here, and then it really accentuates this area, like zooms in, right? And then because there's volume there, the light's going to hit it different than over here, and then it's really going to be very, very noticeable. So I'll always throw your head back, right? So even if it's a side picture where you're going to be like this with your spouse or whatever, your partner or your kid or something, bend this knee. You can still bend it, right? And then look at that, like shape is so much better. If you're wearing like a little bit more loose than this close, I always suggest tucking them in. Nobody's gonna see that on your picture, but your picture is going to look so much nicer if it's like if it's a fitted top and like this, right? So sideways, bend the knee that is towards the camera. Always really straight. Like imagine a little string pulling your neck, right? Really, really long neck, long shoulders. If you're going to turn sideways, lean in. Look how much that like shrunk me already. Again, this is another variation of the same thing. This is what we were doing here, but now we're doing it sideways and we're doing something else with our hands. But look how much that slimmed my side instead of this, right? It just looks not very attractive. And the camera accentuates everything even more, so it's not going to look as, it's going to look worse than what that already does look. And I know you're watching on video, but it's different because the angles and all that stuff is going to look different on a picture than on a video. Okay, so there's that one. And then another thing that we tend to do is, because we get stressed out and whatever, and we just kind of put our arm down. Like, let's say we're doing some picture with, again, the person here, we tend to kind of, we're defensive. We're like, we're drawing from like the camera. Like we, a lot of times we want the pictures, but we don't want to go through the trauma a lot of times of getting the pictures taken. So we tend to kind of clench up a little bit. And when we do that, like look how much thicker my arm looks. It looks so much bigger. But just by separating it and throwing it back a little bit, look how much smaller it is now. So you have control over that stuff, right? So again, if I'm just like all clenched up like this, or if it's just pressed, even if I'm not stressed out, but I just forgot to relax my arm, or I'm like leaning on a kid or something, this could be like a very casual pose, but because I am pressing my arm against my side, is going to make my arm look that much bigger. Where if I'm doing the exact same thing, but just by doing that, look how much smaller it looks, right? So always separate, have spaces, make angles with your arms and with your legs and with your whole body, just different shapes. And then the last tip that I have for you guys is your face. Again, we go back to a lot of times we're nervous or we're just stressed out or whatever, and we tend to kind of pull back, right? Or if we are a little bit overweight, which right now most of us are, we have a double chin or we have like other stuff, right? Some people just don't have a very big space right here, and it's like it looks more obvious like that. Okay, so your face is actually not very difficult to do. You just kind of have to talk yourself into it. So instead of, okay, so that's me normal, right? I'm not pushing it back or anything. So as you can see, there's like stuff here that is accentuated a little more, and my face is relaxed. I'm not doing anything to make it look bigger than it already is, right? But if you throw your neck forward, if you push your neck forward, okay, and first we gotta be like super, super straight, right? So wherever you are, if it's a sitting pose or if it's a standing pose, whatever, always, always be super duper stretched. Make your body as long as you can, right? So very, very long neck. So that's the number one step, right? Always kind of try to be conscious of that. Even when you're like this on a kid or whatever, always try to make sure that this little string pulling on your neck is always pulled, right? So your neck tall, and instead of this, that's relaxed, right? Just sitting there. Like all this stuff that just kind of, and I can't really see myself, but I know I can feel it on my face, like right here. It just is not very flattering. But if I sit straight and then I push my neck forward and then down, it slims it so much more. And again, I didn't see myself, but I know that that's what it does. So again, just so sideways, it might look kind of ridiculous because that's what it looks like. But forward at the camera is very flattering, and it looks a lot prettier than the other way, right? So that is like how you shape your face. And then if you, a lot of pictures, I don't know if you guys have seen some of the pictures, a lot of times they'll come and like have like a child or your spouse or somebody behind you, and then you're both facing forward. Is not the prom picture. But just like something similar, right? And then you're like you don't know what to do with your face. Like you're like, okay, so do I look back? And then it's like, right? Like we don't want this in the picture. So again, we go really, really tall. Just slant your face over because the person's gonna be right behind you, right? And then bring that shoulder in a little bit. But see how this one is staying long? Look how long that makes me look, right? So then you just do something like this. You can like squint, like go like this a little bit. It feels more warm when you're taking a picture. But look how awkward and ridiculous it looks like from behind. But that's not going to be in the picture. In the picture is going to be pretty just this kind of thing, right? So a lot of things, you're going to end up with a kink on your neck, but the picture is going to look really, really cute. So those are just 4 super duper quick tips. The most like changing one that I always try to like teach people and like keep doing it, keep practicing is the full body standing, because it really, really accentuates the places that we want to accentuate. It really creates very pretty curves. It really slims us up, and these are good for like any shape people, any shape people, any shape that we're in. They're just flattering on their, so it's like more attractive to the eye. The eye wants to like kind of go through the guided avenue that we're giving it, instead of just like, okay, and we're just standing there, right? So those shapes like really call your eye when you're looking at the picture to really kind of see the whole thing. It's very, very effective. So I recommend that you practice, and you'll feel a lot more confident when you go get your photos taken. I will be doing a series, so this will be a series, the first one of, I think, 5. The next one will be on clothing. So we're gonna do like flattering clothes for like getting a photo shoot with your family, and then we're going to do makeup for a photo shoot, including lashes, like which lashes to try, which ones to use, which ones not to use, and obviously all this is up to preference, right? But and then how to dress up your whole family for the photo shoot, like how to color coordinate outfits, what patterns or not patterns, like all that kind of stuff, will be on upcoming live videos. So I'll talk to you guys soon. Thank you for joining me, and share away because your friends want to know how to pose and feel more confident. So I'll talk to you guys soon.